Markets are still trading down. In fact, they've accelerated their losses just a little bit. The Dow is down 126 points right now. NASDAQ and S&P not down as much percentage-wise. And check FLIR. They, of course, make those thermal cameras that can check your temperature. They're much in use now, particularly as people go back to work. We just had their CEO on the show in the last hour. Here's what he had to say about the virus. Listen.
For 17 years, we've been producing technologies that can screen for elevated skin temperatures that could mean you have a fever. The demand curve we see now is unlike anything we've seen in the past. It would happen quickly and then evaporate quickly. But now, whether to begin with during the lockdown, it would be all sorts of customers from retail to manufacturing, et cetera. We see now customers looking at longer term solutions.
And next one, Stewart and the company have been very bullish on big tech on this show, and there is no denying the historic surge in that sector. Let's bring in founder and chairman of Annandale Capital, George See. George, good to see you. You say it is time.
Good to be here.
That looks a little better. You say it's time to get out of tech and put your money elsewhere. Why?
Yeah, I don't think it's time to get out. I think it's time to trim. I think it's time to take about a third of the position you might have in technology stocks, whether it's Apple or Microsoft or Tesla or Zoom or any of these other companies that you've made huge returns on this year, and put them into value stocks, something that is severely underpriced and has a lot more potential to run in the future. Technology stocks are priced beyond perfection. It's very reminiscent of 1999, and it's time to rebalance.
So you wouldn't sell it all. You just rebalance it, take off about a third off the top. And what would you do with that cash?
It's never a good idea to get completely in or out of a trade. It's too extreme. So that cash I would put into value stocks. I would be in Berkshire Hathaway. I would be in upstream and midstream natural gas stocks. Natural gas is starting to come back, and that's a trade that has legs and might go on for quite some time to come and has significant upside. You've got midstream natural gas pipeline stocks that trade basically at around 9 or 10 times earnings and have about a 10% yield. And the upside potential on stuff like that is significant. So it's a good time to just kind of rebalance your portfolio and right size it and trim the stuff that's done exceptionally well and get into some things that have lagged significantly.
George, let me just ask you about the economy overall. You saw the jobs numbers today. They were better than expectations. Not spectacularly better, but significantly better. When do you think this economy is going to get back to somewhat of a normal sphere?
I think we're in trouble, David, to be honest. I think that we've got a long, hard slog ahead of ourselves, and I think we ought to grit our teeth and as they used to say in the old days before we got more balanced about genders, man up to what's coming, because it's going to be a really, really hard period of time for our country. And I think we need to get some resolve and get some resilience in terms of dealing with this for some time to come. You're not going to see restaurants or airlines or hotels or industries like that come back anytime soon. Technology stocks are doing super well. Technology companies are doing super well. But we need to strap it on and buckle up for a long, hard run, because we'll probably have a vaccine middle of next year or something like that. But to get herd immunity and move on from this horrible pandemic, it's going to take time. It's not going to be a quick process, unfortunately.
And then we have an election that we didn't talk about. What happens if, in fact, we see a change of government going from Republican to Democrat?
I don't think it's going to be as bad if we have a change of government as a lot of doomsayers predict. I don't think Joe Biden will accept policies that are so extreme that they keep us in recession or even worse, depression for an extended period of time. I think we'll weather Joe Biden. I think we'll weather President Trump if he stays in office. His policies are very pro-growth, pro-business. But there's a lot of volatility, which creates turmoil for the markets and things of this sort. The country's a big place. It's a vibrant place. We're resilient. We'll get through no matter who gets elected.
George See., great to see you, my friend. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. Good advice.
Thank you, David.
Well,